Of a country-serving family get an emotional experience together.
Yeah, we told you about one local D-Day veteran who headed back to Normandy for the 80th anniversary with his grandson and his great-grandson. Local 12's Annie Brown caught up with all three of those generations when they got back stateside. Annie, when you first did this story, I told you, I said, I cannot wait for them to get back and for you to catch up on what that experience was.
I know. Well, here we are, and here's the update. Three generations of Armstrong men met with me to share what it meant to them to be in Normandy on the anniversary of D-Day. They tell me the Normandy commemoration wasn't just a way to honor the past, it was also a way to honor each other's commitment and sacrifice to their country.
Emotionally, basically, most of it was there at the beach.
Henry Armstrong, a 99-year-old World War II veteran, returned to Omaha Beach for the first time in 80 years. But he wasn't alone. He and his grandson, Major Dennis Armstrong, flew to Normandy for the 80th anniversary commemoration. He also got to reunite with his great-grandson, Staff Sergeant Tanner Armstrong, who participated in a jump demonstration during the ceremony.
These guys, especially for us guys in the military, these guys are our heroes. All the World War II vets, you know, everybody that jumped in, especially the airborne unit and everyone that hit the beaches, these are the people that us in the active duty military, we look up to. So just that opportunity I had to jump on it. And then later on found out that he was going with my dad, and it was crazy. I was ecstatic.
It had been months since all three men had been in the same room together, all separated by hundreds of miles due to service to their country.
We're separated because of the military. So I hadn't seen Dad in so long, even before the grandpa's birthday, you know, and, you know, just being able to see my family at all is great. But to be able to see them in France where great grandpa served, you know, and with the military history we have, I mean, it was, you know, I was speechless.
The three of them don't just share the commonality of career military service. They've also all served during wartime, with Major Dennis Armstrong and Staff Sergeant Tanner Armstrong serving in Iraq and Afghanistan.
So to have that family history of service, and not just service to country, but actually service in foreign wars, just to combine that all together, it was just an amazing experience. And I mean, just tears of pride.
The three generations spent 9 days in France, honoring and remembering both Henry's service and the service of others.
I consider myself pretty emotional, and it was hard, you know, hard to hold back the tears sometimes whenever, and hugging my son for the first time when I saw him in uniform. You know, it's just pride.
And for Henry, the experience of returning to such an emotional place and having his family there to support him was unforgettable.
To be with part of my family that I never thought would happen, and to experience the time with them. So I was very, very emotional privately at different times.
We're proud of you, Grandpa. And yep, it was just great to see you. Can't wait to see you again.
There is just so much to take in from that. Not just his experience, but the experience of his family.
Experience. Yeah.
Oh,
well,
my
and
gosh.
all three of them having served in wars overseas, you know, all three of them being service members and having that history of service. I think it was just, all of them, it seemed, it was just very, very powerful.
And that family, their service to the nation goes even back further than World War II, correct?
Yes. So Henry's father was in World War I.
Wow.
So they've served in every single major war since World War I.
That's what a remarkable blessing to all of us that family is. I'm so glad they got to go do that.
I'm so glad that they got to do that together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was what they really stressed, was that experience was just so important for them to share together. I mean, it was a very, obviously, understandably emotional experience to return to that place for Henry.
And a lot of veterans of that day have gone back in multiple years, but this was his first time,
This was his first time.
This was his first time.
Yeah, he'd not been back to France, period.
Wow.
In 80 years. So,
I'm so glad you got to do that follow-up.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you for your service.
From breaking news to feel-good stories, Local 12 has it all. Tap subscribe and click the links for more content like this.